Now, some of you may already have your wish list, or perhaps you would like to write one. When you're writing your wish list, you should be realistic. You shouldn't write things, for example, you shouldn't want to have somebody that is like the Prophet ﷺ when you yourself are no Khadija or Aisha radiallahu anhum. And if you're writing things like kindness and honesty, then you should make sure that you have those values yourself and traits, and you actually can give what you're asking for. At 16 years old, the reason I wanted to get married was because I felt it was a religious obligation. And having seen the wonderful and loving relationship my parents had, I wanted the same thing for myself. Now, other people have different reasons for wanting to get married. Some just love kids and they want to have kids. Others are looking for companionship. There is no really right or wrong reason, but you have to be careful that when you're writing down your reasons for marriage, that you don't take other people's reasons as your own. That can be dangerous. When you're getting married just because your family is pressuring you, or because your friends are all getting married and they're telling you that if you don't get married this year, then that might be it. You might never get married again. So take time and think and write down what are your reasons for marriage. Another thing that you've got to think about is, what have you got to offer? Who are you? What are your strengths and what are your areas of improvement? If I ask you right now to write down 7 strengths and 7 areas of improvement, will you be able to do so? If you're not sure or you don't know, you could ask your family and friends and loved ones, what do they think your qualities are? And what do they think are your areas of improvement? Once you've gotten that feedback, you can compare notes and see what keeps coming up over and over again. Now, if you feel you've got that figured out, there's an exercise that you can do to prove it to yourself. What you need to do is to describe yourself and your spouse in the form of an advert. For example, I have a clear sense of purpose and integrity is very important to me. I love kids and animals and love spending time with my family. I'm looking for a man whose Islam is reflected in his words and actions, someone who is involved in volunteering, knows how to have fun, and likes traveling. Somebody who's interested in languages, especially Arabic, is a bonus. Now, it can be much longer than that, but if you are able to write something like that, then you know you've actually got it. Once you've done that, how and where can you find a spouse? For most people, the best way is through family and friends, because they're the ones that know you best and know what kind of personality you have, so they're able to let you know that this person might be compatible with you. For others, they get a bit more involved and the audience is wider. For example, when I was in university, a friend of mine, when her and her sisters were ready to get married, the family announced that they have daughters of marriageable age, and they told the whole community and asked them if they have some prospects. And you would see young men trooping into their house with their uncles or aunties or their older siblings, and sometimes even the parents, and they would sit down and have lunch or tea with the family and get to know each other and see whether there's a potential match there. Now, for some people that are more conservative, they'll not be able to do that. But if you're part of an organization such as NASFAT and Form 1, they have their own internal matchmaking networks. And usually they'll try to match you up with people that they feel that you'll be compatible with, sometimes even without you asking. There are also events that you can attend, such as Marriageology, which was held last year, and the recent Righteous Spouse Glamour event that was held by One Islam Productions, which are geared specifically at singles. And inshallah, we hope that there'll be more of those in other cities. Last but not least, you can look online. Now, when I say online, I don't mean Facebook or Instagram. I'm talking about Islamic matrimonial websites such as Pure Matrimony and Half Our Deen, who have a setup that involves parents or a trusted adult.